ban. And Razor will be the first ban from Flipside Tactics. Nothing new there.
Yeah, probably expect Lycan, a Doom, and a Tide ban. That's gonna be my guess. Lycan, Doom, and Tide.
5 seconds.
Lycan, Doom, and Tide Hunter? Really? You think he's deserving of a first ban?
Reserve
or a second ban?
Yeah.
Oh wow, there you go.
Radiance.
I've seen him first ban before, but I don't know.
It makes less sense. I mean, LaG.TT banned it first in the last game, or at least in the first phase in the last game as well, but they didn't want to give it away to the Dire, so I was more surprised to see Lag taken out, but I guess that's a hero they really don't like to play against, and honestly, anyone stacking the Ancients at any time in the game is so strong for Tide Hunter when he can just clear them out and even carry games late if he gets off to a great start. And obviously have a big team fight present with a double refresher ultimate. We also see the Void taken out, so not a big surprise, which means probably going to see Panda Sky and maybe even Doom again if he doesn't get banned right here, or potentially Lycan coming out, as Flipside will have the first pick. You don't want to give Lycan to the Dire, so if it's not banned, I would say Flipside wants to take it.
I don't know. I'm telling Sunken in chat right now to take Meepo, so hopefully they do that.
First.
Okay. First pick Meepo, yeah. That actually gives some sort of chance to the enemy team. But you're right, they're going to go with the Lycan pick. And Doom immediately from LaG.TT
pick.
I don't think you need the dot. I think we can just go with LaG.TT.
I want to say LaG.TT because that's how my brain works. I don't know.
It's okay. All right, so better picks here for the Dire, but I will say, if there's one hero that Doom doesn't matter against, it's Lycan. Like, once he shapeshifts, if you Doom him, it straight doesn't matter. He's still going to run at you. Sure, his crit, I guess, will be disabled from Wolf form, but he will still have that max move speed, which, honestly, he probably shouldn't once he gets doomed, but he does, because Dota makes sense. But we'll see. Shadow Shaman.
Doomed or not, he's just a wolf.
10 seconds
to go. But I don't know, I guess it doesn't count as a passive, it just ups your base move speed.
Yeah.
But it seems like something that should be disabled because it comes from an ability.
I don't know. I say let the wolves run. Swift as the wolves of Ice Rack, if you ask me.
Very swift with that 280 move speed.
Shh, don't tell Crystal Maiden. There actually are wolves of Ice Rack in the game, and they do move quite fast. So I don't know what Crystal Maiden's talking about, but she's a dirty liar. I guess she isn't that smart, so I don't put it past her.
What are they in the game?
They're Lycan wolves. I'm pretty sure they're a cosmetic.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I guess their lore maybe is related. But this is interesting. We have a Dazzle pick coming out. It's not too interesting. It's like, hey, you're doomed. You're going to die.
It's a Lycan.
Normally you panic and try to deny somebody, but now you can just Shallow Grave them, and they're going to be fine. So Doom could struggle to even find kills with his ultimate.
It's a Lycan thing, to be perfectly honest. Like, Dazzle goes really well with the Lycan wolves. The heal will pretty much nuke anyone if you're not quite secure about your positioning and relative to the wolves. And also the minus armor is great for Lycan. His auto attack damage is one of the best in the game, at least earlier on. And the Shallow Grave will be able to keep him alive because now that his ult no longer gives him that bonus health, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to survive in situations that he typically would have before that patch. So the Shallow Grave will just do so much to help him out with that one. The slow, also really good. Can't let that one slip by us. So, I mean, Lycan Dazzle used to be a really popular combination to pick up and still is pretty strong. So they're going to be going ahead with that one. No shame behind it. Lycan just used to be one of the most overpowered heroes, though.
I would argue that he still probably is, but
almost.
I mean, the fact that he's still about 100% pick ban is pretty ridiculous. It's even more ridiculous that the hero just fell off the map, which kind of made sense because, you know, Trilane vs. Trilane was really popular and Lycan didn't really fit into that. But we see now even Trilane's clash, Lycan's lane loses terribly, but then you've got, you know, some other supplementing heroes for the push on your team, and then you just group up, you're down 10 kills, and then you win the game. But what are you going to do? Wraith King, so another good pushing hero right now. So you've got Doom going to be bringing around one aura, whatever he decides to get. Maybe he's got some more in the form of a mech, maybe a Shiva's later on, maybe even an AC.
Maybe he eats Wraith King and gets that lifesteal.
Yeah, he'll just eat Wraith King, get the double lifesteal. So Wraith King got the lifesteal. Shadow Shaman, if he can get level 6 sometime during this game, unlike last time, he'll have a Serpent Ward so they can push down. So it's a better draft, I think. coming out from
Flip side, they're
LaG.TT.
going
pick.
minus armor tactic right now. Not exactly
Radiant's
the
pick.
flipping of the meta as we typically know from this organization, but still a very popular and very deadly draft coming out from them so far. And LaG, they're just going to go ahead and pick up 4 of the identifying heroes in this meta right now. The Skywrath, Wraith, Shadow Shaman, and Doom looking to snowball, looking to death push, and looking to just make things happen. But Undying, that is an interesting pickup. And if you're looking for push in the early game, this guy is going to screw you over.
Yeah, and there's really nothing to, unless you're going to drop the Serpent Wards on the Tombstone to kill the Tombstone, there's not a whole lot. Like, Wraith King is going to want to get
10
into a Blink
seconds to
Dagger.
go.
Doom probably is going to want to get one as well, which means the right click is going to be
Radiant's
lacking.
banned.
Same thing with Shadow Shaman, is just a support. Skywrath as well. They're really going to have to focus that down, and while they're focusing that down, Lycan might just clean someone up. Shadow Fiend could even be channeling an alt, and it's going to be hard to fight into, and like you said, it's going to be hard to push into. And I'm excited to see it. If a
10
Tusk
seconds
or a
to
Necro
go.
comes out for the side of Flipside, I'm going to be really happy.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I hope so. Flipping their draft a little bit, I'd greatly appreciate that. Bristleback will be
Dyer's
taken
pick.
out. Nature's Prophet is also gone. So at the moment, what do you think we need? LaG, they probably are looking for another core. Maybe if they don't want to run the Wraith King as an offensive trialing, which I'd imagine they do, they're
it's
actually
gotta
probably
be
just
a
going to look
core.
for their mid. So flip side, meanwhile, they're going to be probably looking for
Pudge.
Pudge.
Ah. No, I was going to say LaG.TT
Radiant's
goes Pudge.
pick.
Just because Pudge does really own Shadow Fiend in the lane. It doesn't do much else for you, I think, in the game. Flipside might
if
actually
you
pick
own
Pudge.
Shadow Fiend early, then
They've got
that's
Flipside.
everything you need, right there.
They've got some really interesting strategies with Pudge that they let me in on when I was hanging out with them at CI4, and I can't wait to see them. I won't spoil them here because they are going to bust it out when it matters, and it's going to be awesome. So I look forward to seeing that when it happens. Instead, they're going with Jakiro. So talk about a pushing hero. Jakiro is one of them. Expect some towers to die really, really early this game.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of counter push going their way. I mean, LaG, they don't exactly have a pushing lineup that's just sort of organically there with the lifesteal, and maybe the wards will improve that a little bit. But now with the Jakiro pickup, the push is real from Flipside. They've got the Lycanthrope, they've got the Shadow Fiend, and the Jakiro, all of which will just burn down towers if you leave them alone in the
10
lane.
seconds
So
to go.
it's going to be really, really difficult for them to for
5
LaG to
seconds.
try to push against Flipside, because they're just going to split push you out. I think LaG are probably going to be using their spells more toward along the lines of trying to find kills in team fights.
Yeah, like you said, LaG.TT, they've got really good push, but they don't
Better
really
get
have
ready.
good tower damage. They're going to be mostly reliant on just the creeps with the lifesteal until Shadow Shaman's level 6. And they actually will switch players on the Shadow Shaman, which I guess we'll start with the introductions. LaG.TT here on the Dire. We've got Spirit Tom again on a squishy hero, but at least this time it's a fast one. Hopefully doesn't rack up as many deaths as last time. Van is going to be on the Morphling, so likes to be going mid lane. DM1 on the Shadow Shaman will be supporting up. We've got KYW on the Doom. And did I miss anybody? Yeah, it's going to be Zero Kun here on the carry Wraith King, and they're looking for that intel. Might just deposit their aggressive tri-lane down here based on what they see.
Yeah, they told Spirit Money can't play Shadow Shaman anymore. Instead, threw it on DM1. Shredder, he's going to be on the Lycanthrope, running away from the 5-man of LaG. We've got Nusham dancing
30
behind,
seconds to
yelling, go,
showtime.
go, go. He's going to be on the Jakiro. It's going to be Shibby in the mid lane on the Shadow Fiend, Sunken on the Dazzle, and Jenkins on the Undying. So all this 5-man just amounting to a quick sentry ward in the medium camp here, the small camp, and a vision ward going out to keep an eye on the rune. And that'll be the end of their rotation here.
Yeah, they're actually doing
And here we
2-1-2,
go.
which is interesting. You can see that with just the regen, the items that Undying has, he's going to be the one taking farm up here in the top lane. And it is Jenkins, so it's going to be sort of an Ice style
hopes
Undying
for
that
this
we see
one.
DK pick up or Ice whoever, if anyone's even on the same team that they were after TI4, we don't really know. But Sunken, so we'll get it in some farm on Undying, as well as decent experience. Is going to be a lot of fun. And with the heal and sustain in this lane, can Doom do anything? Also, the armor reduction to the zombies. You can see KYW, this is only level 1 stuff. He's having trouble right now. This is, I guess, a third hero up here in the Undying Zombie, attacking for 41. He's forced to skill up his Scorched Earth first, and that's going to make his laning even harder because he won't have the Devour, the extra gold coming through, as well as a great creep aura, and they might even creep skip mid lane as well.
No use.
Oh man, taking a quick look back at that one. Van will end up grabbing the kill there, so maybe getting a little bit of collateral for what's happening on top. But yeah, top is going to go down. And what's going on, dude? What? Oh shit. You're like having a heart attack, dude.
I don't know, man. I'm hyped. There's an Undying in this game, and people are dying. Look, you can't kill what's already dead, man.
Oh,
Especially
man.
with Dazzle.
I don't know. Whenever I'm up against an Undying, I go back to my roots, yelling those zombies safe from Chicago Ted and destroy them. DM1 may have the same idea as he's following Jenkins here in the jungle, who's got an entire creep wave behind him. He's in a lot of trouble right now. He has nowhere to run, so he throws up the grave and says, "Come get me." Sunken on his back will kill up DM1 here. The feeds are real.
Right.
Oh, wow. That was a range.
It's not the player. It's not the player. It's the hero. Shadow Shaman getting started early. He's 0-1-1.
Oh, my God. That's just not where you want to be right now. Look at where the courier is, by the way. They are so skeptical of what's going on in their own jungle that they're just going to keep the courier right there, safe and sound, until the bottle crowing is done. And now they're going to send it back. Should be fine, but I don't think it's going to get sniped off this game. I really hope it doesn't. KYW, meanwhile, going to take a little bit of damage from Sunken, but back towards the bottom lane. I mean, we haven't talked about this one just yet. What do you think about what's transpiring down here? I mean, Wraith King literally getting nothing compared to the Lycanthrope.
Well, everyone's time was being bided with, having to deal with Undying, and even supports even rotated up and then died. DM1 took a death from that weird duo off lane, and now that the full tri-lane is here, you'll see Wraith King start farming more. It's going to be the Lycan and the Jakiro dropping back to be a little bit defensive with the Ice Path, the Liquid Fire, just keeping him alive, and they don't care. Like, they can lose this lane, they'll get the XP, does not matter. It's top lane and maybe even mid that are looking for the kills and to actually looking to dominate their lanes, and then they just engage the death ball when they feel it's time.
Yeah, Sunken and Jenkins going to chase down KYW. What do you think he needs to do right now? I mean, I'm half saying just go ahead and start jungling. Give up this lane, because every single time that Flipside go on him, it's probably going to amount to the kill, and they're just going to go ahead and destroy his HP pool with a couple of decays, and then drop the grave and chase him down. I mean, we saw it once, we'll see it again. I'm very worried about
It's going to get harder, though. I mean, he's picked up an aura now, so he's got the extra move speed. He'll have 2 points in Scorched Earth pretty soon. He just needs to... I thought he got both. Oh, you don't actually pick up both?
I
whatever.
think it's only attack speed.
Well, he's got the move speed from Scorched Earth as well.
Help.
So, I mean, he's going to be harder to kill, but apparently not too hard. He is a strength hero. Like you said, decay is a pretty big deal, and they're diving him under the tower. All right, so...
He's gone. I told you, every single time they drop the grave, he's dead. Albeit that probably was the case where he shouldn't have turned around, but... He goes down again here in the top lane, and I have to say, I really expect him to just start jungling now. But
he can't jungle, though. They've already left the lane all the way up until this point to kill a support, and we're even looking for the courier. Like, if he jungles, they'll just run into the jungle. They're not concerned. I think he just is careful, stays further back, devours, gets XP. The XP is more important to get the Doom up than, I think, actually getting the farm.
Yeah, definitely. So, looks like Shibby, he's going to be chased down by Van. Van should be able to get this rune. No, only doesn't have any waveform, actually. There's going to be a shackle onto Shibby. Now, Shibby way out of position here as he's just going to drop. And that's an easy kill going the way. Shadow, Skywrath Mage actually comes in and finds that kill. Where the hell was he? Looks like he was down here. So, a nice kill steal from him. Kill secure, rather. And he'll walk away with a little bit of extra gold as Shredder resorts to jungling, which is a surprising decision. It might have just been that this lane going a little bit too poor for him. I haven't been paying too much attention down here.
This was maybe planned. He's got his skills 1-1-1 right now. They'll just get Jakiro the levels in the bottom lane. Or maybe they bring down Jenkins now to sort of contest the tri-lane. It'll be an easy kill on 0 as they do that. Liquid Fire going out. He actually cannot attack. And actually the Liquid Fire is going to be a big deal too. If he gets that on multiple heroes, they really will not be able to kill the Tombstone. So going to continue to pressure, and maybe Sunken starts picking up some last hits in the top lane against the Doom. They relax against the Doom, which is definitely good for LaG.TT, but
Now
as soon as
they're
Lycan
going
is
full
ready
on
to
against
push,
Wraith King.
yeah, it's going to slow down the Wraith King a little bit more. Maybe they'll even flip-flop a couple more times.
KYW is having a terrible time. Now, Sunken got so far ahead. He's out-leveling KYW, who was a solo laner, and he's just walking up and auto-attacking, and it's doing so much damage to KYW. He's got to pop his Scorched Earth just to regen now that he used his salve trying to stay alive over here. And he's just going to have an awful lane. I mean, they let up a little bit of space on him, but that's because if they continued the space they were going, they'd still get kills on him, but it wouldn't be as worth it as sending him down to the bottom lane and getting kills elsewhere. So I think at the moment, they're just doing really well. And, yep, Sunken's going to go. Oh, yep, Sunken. This is a big kill, actually, for them, as it's going to pop up a KYW, a little bit on gold, give gold to both the supports and XP to both the supports. And that's a nice kill, but unfortunately, if you have to kill the support in a manner such as that...
it was only a support they killed, though, and they smoked for it and rotated off.
Well, it was a pretty hefty support, if you ask me. Like, he was pretty big at the moment, and it was an easy kill. I mean, getting a free kill like that in a hero that's out-leveling most of your heroes, it's not too bad.
Guess what's
yeah, and they're going to rotate again. They're going to rotate again to look to kill the Shadow Fiend in the middle lane, and bot, we can see the offlaner and the support just taking down the tower. Lycan throws out a Howl to help jungle and push the tower, and they've got it. So just the pushing power of Jakiro early is actually, he's really broken, honestly. Like, it's insane how fast you can push towers with Jakiro.
Blown to bits.
I wouldn't say broken, but very, very good. I mean, he's a little bit lackluster in all the other areas, which is kind of why he balances out a little bit. But in terms of pushing supports, I mean, true. I don't think of Shadow Shaman anymore. I mean, I think of Jakiro just because he doesn't need level 6 to blow towers to bits. And it's a great spell. I mean, especially if you're on the... if you're on the Dire, you can hit both Radiant tier 3s or if tier 4s, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, it's when you're on the Radiant. You can hit both the Dire.
Yeah, so he's going to be happy with this pickup here. As once they get to that position, I mean, just clean up tier 4s.
Zero's dead.
The Dire best
does he have 6? Isn't even close. 1 decay, doesn't even need it. Going to go ahead and double swipe that one. Yep, looking back up into the top lane, Sunken. He's going to go ahead and get Ancient sealed up. Looking for the kill here. Can they get it? They go ahead and hex him up. He's going to get Shallow Grave and TP out. No, he gets shackled up, not even able to get it. He goes down, but oh man, he finds Sunken in the meantime. This is a support. I mean, he finds Spearmon in the meantime. This is a support who had a 3-on-1 gank and still finds a kill. Jenkins could die here, though. This could be very big if they pick him up, and it will. Van will grab that killing spree. Only 400 gold, but still a pretty hefty bounty. He's got a Midas, too, so he's going to go ahead and find some XP from that one. They're going to kill Nusham as well. Another bit of gold for Van, who's doing incredibly well so far. Very nice. I wouldn't have asked for anything more out of this Morphling pick.
Yeah, Morphling getting involved early. I think the earlier the better. Flip side, they start to lose a little bit of their gold and experience advantage. It was topping off at about 3k, drops down to about 1,000 on each of those categories. But I don't know, like, they're getting kills on the side of LaG.TT, but again, they're just killing supports, they're just killing offlaners, and the supports are taking towers. That tier 2 tower is going to just disappear. They can even deny it now if they want to, and now you see people grouping up. So the middle tier 1's in some trouble. And now they're probably going to go ahead. They already dropped a Tombstone and a good location to fall back to, so they can look down, even pushing the middle tier 2 down right now.
Well, they might not push it down, but with that Liquid Fire, they're going to do a hefty amount of damage to it. It's got
double damage on Shredder
so far, though. Now Van in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be a decay onto him again. Looking for the Soul Rip, doesn't get it. Now a Doom goes out onto Jenkins, but puts KYW in a very compromising position. Going to get slowed up, just getting blown to bits. Wraith King on the backline is going to throw a Hellfire Blast onto Nusham, but it's not going to be able to lock him in one place for long enough of time. Now KYW takes a fall. Doom not even doing any damage to Jenkins as he gets healed right back up by Sunken. And this tower is actually going to drop here. Not the greatest engagement coming out from LaG. They're looking for Spiritmon, but won't find him. And the tower just drops. Now bottom lane is the one.
They could backdoor this probably. 125 HP in the deny range right now. They could also do Roche really quickly. Liquid Fire also functions on Roche. We see the early medallion pickup from Sunken, so just clearly objective-based gaming for them right now. Death Ball pushing at its finest. But when a Death Ball push involves Jakiro and Undying, it doesn't bother me nearly as much. You see these guys less, and it's a little more fun, I think, to watch.
Dark light. A little more fun. But it looks
they need
like
Necro, and then I'm sold.
Flipside are still 5-man grouping up, and I think LaG are ready for this one. They've got everyone here ready. They're going to go ahead and deny the tower. In comes Van. Going to go ahead and wait for him right back. There is no replicate for him to go back to, so he's going to immediately morph strength and try to get away. KYW, though, probably not going to be in the best position as he goes ahead and gets raises down. Zero kind of going to drop as well, and it is his reincarnate, so he's just going to go ahead and get Ice Path in the middle of it. And now a Hellfire Blast going out on Shredder. Zero-Kun taking way too much damage. He's going to drop. Van will grab a dominating spree, but might lose it just as fast. Morphing strength, but gets caught in the tail end of the Ice Path. Now he's being caught in between the two creeps here from the Lycanthrope. And Shibby will grab a triple kill as LaG, they just dropped the ball. They're a little rolling in their direction, but it's gone.
Top tower's getting beat down.
Oh, it's most definitely gone. If the triple kill there for Shibby, he also goes for Midas. Now 2,300 gold in the bank. We'll see what he wants to do. Maybe he chooses a pair of boots.
Despite dying 2 times in lane.
Yeah, well, I guess that triple kill's got the Midas, that reliable gold, man. Goes a long way. We'll see if he gets Blink, upgrades his boots, or what he wants to do. He actually wants to go straight boots of travel, so looking to be involved into this game no matter what happens. And you see Lycan already running top, so Shredder wants to start bringing down those towers. The supports can pretty much do whatever they want at this point for the side of Flipside. Just fight, make space. Honestly, they can do Roche. They don't even need the Lycan. And you see Lycan top, LaG.TT might not even expect that a Roche is happening. But they are dire, so LaG.TT could maybe defend it if it's not the entire team of Flipside, and actually they'll just go top. Boots of travel, freshly made, coming in, and that tier 1 tower's falling. So this is where we get to that stat, like every outer tower down in 13 minutes, it's like a 97% victory, so GG.
I wouldn't type GG just then. I mean, they're still a 3%, as you mentioned, and I don't know. I don't see Shredder or Jenkins carrying this game, but Shadow Fiend definitely has that possibility, especially versus the Morph, who can out-carry 1, maybe 2 carries, but definitely cannot out-carry multiple cores. And he's also hitting that point right now, 15 minutes coming in, where his effectiveness just kind of takes a dip before he gets his major damage items, major sustain items up. So I mean, they're going to go ahead and grab a tier 1 tower mid, but it's not going to be able to do too much, as tier 3 top is just going to get barreled down. They pop down the weave to keep them all high armor. I don't think LaG can even go on this. They're going to go ahead and pop the glyph. They
no
have
serpent
to wait
either
until weave is down. And
there are no serpent wards.
They're going.
There's
Ether
no
shot flies out. Van goes out as well. Now on a Hellfire Blast, Van's just going to get blown up.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Morphling gone in an instant. And the racks will drop. Jenkins absolutely having no fear in this game. KYW going to go ahead and run away as the rest of Flipside just bursting down the racks with no trouble at all.
Yeah, Dying was like the perfect pick this game. Strength Doom, Strength Wraith King, and a Strength Morphling. So you take away the amount of strength he has to morph into from agility to get tanky again. So Undying is just doing an undeniable amount of work this game. 5, 1, and 6. He's already got a full pipe completed if he wants it. They've taken the top lane of racks, and at this point, you're just waiting for LaG.TT to tap out.
What was the stat? Outer Towers? Was there an Outer Towers plus racks at 13 minutes stat?
It's got to be 100%. Yeah, it has to be 100%.
I wouldn't put it any other way.
I made up the other stat, so I mean.
I remember there was a stat like that. I think it was all.
It was like
by
I think it was
minutes
15
with a 99.97 or something like that,
and a 95% win or something. So I just scaled them down.
This is why we need a statsman.
We have like 10 of them in chat. If they would just do something.
Well, Phage has Phagerus.
I think they left.
Yep, he's gone. Literally 0 viewer retention here right now. We're the worst casters.
50, man. That's good. That's like more than normal, anyways.
Is it? I
now
think 50's hitting pretty normal right now. Yeah, Roche is gone. Like, do we even need to point this one out? I've got my camera on it. Like, it's just dead.
I don't know. That slam is pretty dangerous. 770 damage. How does slam should do way more than 70 damage? That's ridiculous. Buff Roche. Honestly, though, buff Roche. Like, he should be a lot harder, I think.
Definitely. To be honest, I think that he has to be weak so that heroes like Ursa or Lycanthrope can solo Roche as it's part of their hero mechanic, but...
Well, Slam doesn't come into effect with only one person in there, so, like, just buffing his other abilities, I think, would make him harder to do.
Yeah, maybe. I think the randomized timer, though, is a really nice addition to it.
Yeah, it helps a bit, but I mean, with Lycan, you got the Wolves, Clockwork, Psionic Traps, Veno Wards, like the Rocket from Clock, if I didn't already say that one. It's
Well,
pretty easy to
things are happening around the map right now. Shibby's going to go ahead. Actually, they just duel up Shibby right now. DM1 will get his wards off, so they have those going for them, but it's really up to the rest of LaG to make anything happen off the back of it. Now, there is going to be a Shallow Grave going out, a Replicate out onto Van. Shibby shouldn't die from this. In fact, the Doom comes off just as the Shallow Grave ends, and now a pipe goes up in round 2. Raid boss is nowhere near dead. In fact, all back up to pretty much full HP. Here comes Zero Cunt, gonna head up with the Yule Scepter. Now Shibby unleashes on him with a full Requiem of Souls, and Zero Cunt, not long for this world, completely blown to bits, and the rest just follows suit. DM1 props on Ether Shock. Shibby actually might just die here, but it's only an Aegis death. Not even going to die. Van looking for that kill. Cannot even do damage to Sunken at the moment, as he has to morph so much strength just to do whatever, just to stay alive here. Shibby chasing him down. One raise, not going to hit. In fact, kills himself with it, probably. Not actually, but looked like it. And now Van going to throw out an Adaptive Strike onto Jenkins, but the immediate Medallion of Courage morphing full into strength. Just going to go ahead and do what little damage his pea shooter of an arm can do. They're going to head up the waveform out of there. Now in comes Zero Cunt again with another Hellfire Blast ready to go. He's just sitting still. I think he's typing up the GG as we speak. Nope, it's DM1
the
doing
BTS
it.
Gods build over here on the Shadow Fiend, picking up the Yules.
Oh man, I think that's more just because they were so far ahead. Extra movement speed, this job the farming the fountain, and that's it. You know, looking at the stats, looking at everything said and done, I thought this was going to be a closer game, but Flipside just proving that they're on a whole nother level than most of the other teams here and see.